Welcome to the Algarve. Algarve in English by Conectv.
Clínica Pacifico, your perfect smile is here. Honest Dragon, boutique alcohol distributor, Portugal. Art Aesthetic, rejuvenation therapy. Currencies for you, global payment specialists. Energy Lounger, rejuvenate your body. Algarve Business Awards. Bamper Properties and Lifestyle.
Welcome back to Algarve in English. I'd like to introduce you to someone particularly special today, but just before I do, I want to say again congratulations to my team here at Conectv. We were the finalists in the Algarve Business Awards recently, so absolutely chuffed to bits that we are the winners. But I'd also like to say thank you to another couple of special people. Just before the awards, I decided to go for a new look and I cut all my hair off. Now I have a very special hairdresser, Belinda at Charming in Cortana, who has put up with me for years, going in spontaneously and saying, I want a perm, I want to be orange, I'll have blue streaks, whatever it's been. And Belinda puts up with me and just says, it's not happening, I'm not doing it. It's like, you're never going to look as good tomorrow, I'm not, you represent me, no. Belinda, thank you, I got lots of compliments, I'm chuffed to bits, I love the new look, so thanks. Second person is Paula. Now I've got her in my phone as Paula Seamstress, and she is Despontar Encantos in Faro, the most wonderful seamstress you're ever going to find, incredibly helpful, wonderfully professional, and she turned my my dress, I looked like a Christmas cracker. She removed this horrendous bow-looking thing, and I became an elegant person. Again, lots of compliments. Paula, I owe you. Thank you so much indeed. So, end of that, I'm going to introduce you now to another winner, Tony Judge. So before we talk about what he does, I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. Thank you for joining me, Tony.
Thank you, Kath.
So you're not expecting this bit, but I know a little bit more about you.
Oh, dear.
And I know that before you came here really and started up your business in 2008, to say that you were a real estate agent is the understatement of the year. I think you, don't be shy and modest. You were absolutely knocking it out of the park. And that's really brought you here, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Before we set up clubs to hire in 2010, I used to sell a lot of property here in the Algarve, predominantly into the Irish market. And I worked with a very large company back in 2004, 5, 6, 7 called Oceanico, who people would know have developed up in Lagos. They're one of their biggest schemes was Amendoira, the golf resort. Yeah. And I knew a lot of people in golf back in Ireland, and people just wanted to buy property in the Algarve with golf, and it turned out successful.
Okay, so we know that we then had the financial crash.
Yeah.
The plug was pulled. Look, you'd made your success at that point. You'd made all your contacts.
Don't know.
So, but it opened that door. You obviously saw a niche, and that's what new businesses here in the Algarve is all about. Is finding the niche, finding the something that somebody else isn't doing. So did you go straight into it?
No, I think around 07, 08 when the market crashed, and we had that Great Depression. I had a lot of customers obviously that had bought properties, they hadn't been built, so I kind of spent the next 2 years dealing with legacy issues, getting their money back and getting their deposits back. And Oceanico were absolutely amazing during that time, and everyone got their money back. So when the decks were cleared there, then it was time to, what am I going to do next? And really the business clubs to hire, the renting a golf club spawned out of really the time that I had spent coming down to the Algarve, bringing clients down. I used to have to come down a lot, so I was putting golf clubs on the plane, and eventually I said there must be an easier way to do this. And and that's really where the idea spawned out of people being able to come down here stress-free and have a nice set of golf clubs here for them when they get here.
Well, I remember, was it about 2009, 10, something like that? I remember this stand appearing in Faro Airport, and we'd never seen anything like that before. Yeah. That was you, wasn't it? Was that your first?
It was our first. So I set the business up in March 2010, and then by July 2010 I'd agreed a deal with ANA, the airport authority, and they very kindly let me build a stand or a kind of a mini shop, if you want to call it, in the airport. And look, it was a time we weren't sure whether it was going to work. It's like any new business, you're petrified. Is this thing going to be, our bookings going to come in? But thankfully they did, and we opened up and we took on staff, predominantly Portuguese staff. And the business started getting bookings, and we added more sets, and that's really where it started. So the Algarve has been very good to the business, and I personally have a real graw for the Algarve. I just love it. I've been coming down here for probably 20, 30 years on holidays and then business, and now still in business here. So it's been very good to us.
Well, I've got to say, you must be successful, because I remember, again, back in the day, you'd come at this time of the year and there would just be, coming off the luggage conveyor belt thing, it'd be clubs and clubs and clubs, and these guys putting these things out, and now you don't see them.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, when I went to the airport back in 2010, I was trying to get some statistics from them as to the number of golf bags coming in, and they didn't keep actual statistics, but I got friendly with a really nice guy at the airport who will rename it. Sorry.
Nameless.
Exactly, thank you. Gobbledygook. And he was telling me at the time there was like over 300,000 sets of golf clubs coming through the airport. So I kind of felt, Ryanair, the other airlines, they were all charging heavily. They were all charging over 150 euros almost return for your golf clubs. And it's the hassle of bringing them down. So I said, there's got to be a market here. And I really, on the back of all that information, that was the kind of key information to allow me make the decision to invest and get into the airport and open up that shop, which was our first shop.
So if we're whizzing forward here, of course, after the pandemic, the costs have gone up a tremendous amount. So presumably that has also helped.
Yeah, look, I think when we started the business...
So when I'm saying costs, I mean costs of the flying and the journeys.
Yeah, I mean, look, the low frills airlines have made travel to the Algarve, to Spain, to all over Europe so advantageous and affordable now for everybody. But one of the big costs, as we all know, is golf bags or bags in general on the plane. It's almost as expensive as the flight.
Than the flight.
And people wanted an alternative. They were looking for an alternative, and our rental option was there, so they could, instead of paying over 100 euros to rent or to put them on the plane, they could now rent them from 35 euros to 45 or 55 a week. So and all the inconvenience was gone. So that's the key metric behind our business. It's convenience. It's an opportunity to play with the new sets, and of course, to come and enjoy the amazing golf courses in the Algarve.
So that's, you say, amazing sets as a non-golfer. Which brands do you?
So we, here's one of them. PXG will be a big American brand that we just introduced about 2 years into the system. But we work with all the major golf brands. So we've got Titleist, Callaway, TaylorMade, Strixon, Mizuno, PXG, Wilson. So we work with all the leading manufacturers. And what we do is we buy in 300-400 brand new sets every year. So we have the latest models coming in, and so all our customers that come to us, they want to try out the new models. So you have clients coming down here, playing with a new set, spending a week in the sun in the Algarve, and then they go home and they might buy that set from their pro. So there's a lot of that goes on because we get a lot of emails from our base saying, oh, when are the new sets coming, when are the new sets coming? So every year we're investing very heavily in new stock, and we bring that in, and that's what attracts the people.
So are you staying, you've got obviously the rental market, do you also do a sales market?
We do, yeah. So we have a sister company, Kath, it's called Clubs to Sell. clubstosell.com, and what we do is we hold the sets we rent the sets for about 2-3 years, and then we move the sets over to Clubs to Sell. They get repaired, fixed up, all touched up, and pre-loved, I suppose if you want to call them that, and then we sell them, and we've over 56,000 clients that are members. And
here in the Algarve?
No, all over Europe, all over Europe. So the clients that come here to enjoy the Algarve and enjoy Spain and all the other locations that we operate in. So when they see that, they come in and they buy the sets.
So just how far have you spread?
Yeah, we've been busy. I mean, since the kindle of an idea back in 2010, starting here, we went and opened in Malaga. Then we went to Alicante, Palma. We've 9 locations now in Spain, and throughout the world now we've got 29 locations around the world.
That's a business story. See, that's the kind of success you had in real estate, and you've just moved it on to golf.
Yeah, slightly different, but it's wherever there's golfers, there's demand for our product. So, this year we opened in Dubai, we opened in Mauritius, we opened in London, we opened in Edinburgh.
Just in this year?
This year, yeah. We opened about 7 or 8 new locations this year. So, and they've done really well. So, so this time of the year, when it goes a little quieter in the Algarve, the likes of Dubai, South Africa, Mauritius, they're all getting really busy. So the business just never stops. It just keeps going.
That's amazing. Of course, you can't mention Algarve without saying golf.
No, absolutely.
So how many courses?
I think there's about 45 golf courses in the Algarve up there, from the eastern Algarve right up to the west, up towards Lagos and Sagres, and I mean, it's an amazing product here. I mean, the feedback we get, it's one of our busiest locations. The feedback we get from our clients, because we speak to a lot of the clients, they just love the product here. Whether it be from, the Eastern Algarve golf courses, which are probably slightly cheaper in terms of budget. You can get golf there from 50, 60 euros up to, the Quinta de Lagos, and you go up the coast, where you're probably paying about 150. But it's just, this year it's been absolutely hammered the Algarve with golfers, even up to we're in the kind of 3rd week of November. Last week was still even extremely busy because the season's getting longer with the weather. I made a comment there about 2 weeks ago where I said November is the new October, and it's becoming like that. So the season's getting longer.
Well, I also remember that it used to be cheaper for people to go from the UK, fly to America and play there than it was coming here.
Yeah.
So what you're doing, they must be very, very grateful to you as well, because if people are saving the money on bringing that extra 100 and whatever to bring those golf clubs in, they're able to now use that and play the
they can use it and have a few extra beers or buy a few green fees. Golfers are a very fussy animal. They're kind of creatures of habit. They often repeat and come back to the same place every year. Once they rent with us, they tend to just never bring their own golf clubs again. They get used to that. So, it saves them a few bob on the transaction. They can, it's an extra few pounds towards their green fees. But honestly, it's really the convenience and the experiment of trying out a new set. But we deliver. You have the choice. You can pick them up at our shop at the airport, which is in the arrivals hall, or we deliver through the Algarve as well. So we get a lot of big groups coming in, 10, 20, 30 guys. So when they come in, they just get on their bus, they go to, and when they arrive in, we deliver the club. So it's just making the whole journey very convenient.
And as we were saying the other day, the primary first rule of sales is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, keep it simple, stupid is right.
The more simple you can make it, the easier it is for everyone. The more everybody relaxes, the more they enjoy the experience.
Definitely. Over the years, I suppose the business is 14 years old now, and certainly in the early days we did a lot of airport shops in Spain, and we've migrated away from that model, and now we deliver. So we've machines all over Spain, here in the Algarve, Lisbon, and we deliver into the people now. People just prefer that. When people come into airports, they're kind of all bamboozled. They just want to get out of the airport, don't want to be hanging around. So, some people are picking up cars. That's enough stress for people, because picking up a rental car can be stressful. So we're trying to remove all that and make it simple. So even the people that go into our shop at the airport are in and out in less than a minute. So all the transactions done before they arrive. We're not looking for credit cards and charges and all that. It's very simple. They prepay, they come in, they pick up and they go. So it's very simple. That's what we like to do. So I like your kiss analogy. Yeah.
And like we were saying, if they come here this month, in 6 months' time they're going off to Dubai or whatever, to have that comfort in the knowledge that same company with the same, quite possibly if something went wrong, you can ring up and you've got a help desk and speak to the same person, they'll get it sorted. It just takes all that stress away. Yeah,
I mean, it's a trust thing, Kath. The clients that have been coming with us have been coming for years and years, and once they experience it, whether it be in Spain or Portugal or Dublin or wherever it is that they rent, once they do it once, and they see that we're in these other locations, they now have a trust. Yes, I am going to get what it said on the tin. They arrive over the sets exactly as they want, because they're very fussy. They want the certain set the way they want a certain putter. Yeah. So we almost let them custom make the set of clubs they want. So yeah, I mean, look, it's a little bit like McDonald's. We give you what it says on the tin, and it repeats in other locations.
As far as the clubs are concerned, do you cater for? Is there men's and women's, and do you provide for children as well?
Yeah. We look after everybody. We look after kids from 5 years up to obviously grown men that are 6'7". So we do kids clubs, we do ladies clubs, we do men's clubs in graphite shafts, steel shafts, stiff shafts. Then we do all lady sets in different levels, and we do sets for taller men, 1 inch longer, 2 inch longer sets. So pretty much
custom.
Yeah. It's almost like custom, yeah. And that's again why even we have clients that come over here that golfers that play with standard length sets back home in Europe, or back in the UK or Ireland or Germany, and they come over and they get a longer set to see does it work for them. So guys are always trying out new equipment, and it's the perfect place to do it.
And that being able to try before you buy, it's going to work every time, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it gives them the option. If they like it, they go back and get it. If they don't, they try something else. So it's a nice way to, I mean, a lot of people go back in Europe and they go to a driving range and they try a set, but nothing beats coming and playing 3 or 4 or 5 games in the sun in the heat of the Algarve. So you get to know whether you like the set.
And I'm going to put you on the spot here. We've got Black Friday coming up. Are you doing anything, Tony?
Black Friday, yeah. Well, we always try and do something, and we kind of push the boat out a bit. So this year we're doing 15% off rentals. So anybody, wanting to rent a set of golf clubs in the future, obviously, they can do that on clubstohire.com. They get 15% off.
And is that over a certain time frame?
What we do is we let them buy a voucher, because a lot of people don't know when they're traveling in 2025. So they can go in and buy a voucher, they get 15% off it, and then they can come back whenever they want in the future. It's valid for 5 years. So if they buy a voucher for €100, they pay 85 and they can book in the future. So that's
Christmas presents right there.
That's Christmas presents, yeah. And the site's going to be really busy today and tomorrow, because the offer went live today. And then our sister company, Clubs to Sell, where we sell all the pre-loved golf clubs, we're doing 30% off there. So people can go and buy a 2, 3, 4-year-old set of golf clubs from, I think, €295's our cheapest, up to about €800 or €900, depending on the set and the set type. So there's some real value on those 2 websites up till the weekend.
I almost wish that someone in my family played golf.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's so many, we don't get a huge amount of clients, obviously, in Portugal, because the people are here, they have their own sets of golf clubs. But the Clubs to Sell website is definitely of interest for them, because they can get a really, really nice second-hand set of golf clubs at great value, because they're very difficult to get in the Algarve. There's not many places that you can get second-hand sets, so it's a nice opportunity for the Portuguese audience.
I was going to say, because you've got, obviously everybody coming in, this is all about Algarve and English. However, there's a lot of Portuguese golfers out there.
Yeah.
So to give them that opportunity.
Yeah,
as well.
and that is the opportunity. I mean, we do get Portuguese clients that use us when they're going abroad, when they're going to Spain or going to Dubai or South Africa or places. Only even last week, a Portuguese group booked with us that were going out to Cape Town. So they called and we told them what to do. So, but the Clubs to Sell website is definitely for them if they're looking to purchase a new set.
And where, with all the different places you've opened, where is the busiest?
The Algarve is our busiest location. Algarve and Malaga are the two busy locations. And I mean, as you can imagine, our customer comes from the Northern Hemisphere. So it's the UK market. It's very important just because there's over 3.5 million golfers in the UK. So they're our biggest market. And then you've got the Irish, the German, the Dutch, the Swiss. So it's wherever it's cold in the winter and in spring, wherever it's raining, those clients just love coming down to Spain and Portugal.
Yeah, of course they do. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Absolutely.
So we've got all these things. I've just saw there 30 locations.
Yeah, 29 locations. Yeah. So you can see them kind of dotted around here. So I mean, it's
that's an incredible growth, Tony. I mean,
it's been busy.
16 years.
Yeah, 14. We opened in 2010 in Faro in the airport. So
you deserve a pat on the back, don't you? I mean, that's a considerable growth in a relatively short period of time.
It's probably people in Ireland tell me that are in the golf industry. They say we're one of the biggest growth stories in golf in the last kind of 10 years. So look, it's great. We enjoy it. You don't really think about that when you're in the business. You're just so busy doing your thing. And but look, we plan to open more places. I would hope we get it to 40, 50 locations because the demand is there. People are looking for convenience. So we might add on other little bits to the business to make it even more convenient for golfers. So we're looking at ideas maybe for 2025.
It's mind-boggling, absolutely. But like we said, if you come to the Algarve and you're looking for a business, we hear everyone saying, "I'm going to get a bar." You think, "Oh God, please don't," because everybody's got that dream, and it is a dream. And if you're taking on a bar, the chances are somebody else has already had it, and for some reason it's now back on the market.
Yeah.
You need to think seriously about it. So the alternative to that is to find a new business, something someone's not doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Look,
but certainly not on the scale that you do, and all the shops will do rentals, but to do a convenience service like this.
Yeah, I mean, you have there's so many industries in the Algarve attached to tourism, whether it be car rental, whether it be transfers, wine tours. Like the golfer is looking for more than just golf. Like only recently I had a group of guys down from Dublin. And we went cycling. We went out to a vineyard. So it's not just golf. I mean, there's so much more to do.
Did you do that because you knew them, or is that actually part of a?
I did it because we had a few extra days, and they didn't want to golf every day. And I said, look, let's break it up again. So we hired bikes and we cycled into Faro, went to the beach there another day, and then we went out to the Alentejo area and we went to a vineyard. So there's a lot more to do down here for the traveling golfer than just golf. But golf is so good down here. I mean, you look at the courses here, Quinta del Lago, Val de Lobo, they're right on the ocean. It's just a spectacular, and the product down here is very high end. The golf courses are, very high end. You pay probably slightly more, but you get what you pay for. And that's why it does so well.
And which one would you say would be the most challenging in the Algarve?
My personal favourite is probably Monterey in the Eastern Algarve.
Because it's mountainous.
Yeah, I think it's a great golf course. It's almost like every hole is private. You don't see anybody else when you're playing the golf course. I mean, it's a big piece of land. It's a Jack Nicklaus design. And that's my favourite, but there's so many of them. The Quinta courses are great. Amendoeira is probably an old favourite of mine because I used to work with the guys in Oceanico. There's a Faldo course there, an O'Connor course, really good designs. And then, you go further up, the Don Pedro Hotel in Villamora. There's a lot of changes going on there. They have a new owner. And then, you go up towards Sagres and Lagos. There's just so many great golf courses. There's golf everywhere. But my personal favourite will be Monterey.
So it's taking you away from your core business, but is that something, if a group rings up and says, okay, look, we've got 10 people, we've got 2 newbies, we've got these people at this level, which courses would you recommend? Do you give that sort of advice as well?
We can give the advice. We give the advice. We don't actually book them at the moment. So if you came on to me and said, look, there's 10 of us coming over to golf, I can give you suggestions in that, but we're not a tour operator. We don't put packages in that together. But maybe in the future we might do something like that.
Because we get plan you're talking
about. Absolutely. Yeah, maybe we get a lot of demand for it. So and we do pass it on to some of our colleagues and our agents that are in the business. We recommend them, oh look, go to this company, go to that company. So we pass the business back to people that do a lot of business with us. Our agent business will be quite considerable, like when I say agent, like tour operators in Ireland, the UK, Germany, so they book a lot of sets with us, so it's good to give back to them. So that's generally how we handle that.
Yeah, that might be something to think about. You might not want to be taken away there, because if you're as successful as doing that as you have been doing this, you're going to run out of friends here, Tom.
Yeah, no, well, it's a busy market, but look, there's room for everyone, and I think everybody that's in the golf travel industry over the last 10, 20, 30 years has seen growth, because there's just so many people have come into the game, particularly after COVID. So numbers were kind of waning going into COVID, and then COVID came along, and suddenly golf became the only sport you could play that was healthy. It's outdoor, and the numbers just absolutely ballooned.
And you're going to be more than 2 meters away from each other.
Yeah, that whole thing during COVID, 2 meters. And so suddenly people that didn't play golf are now playing golf, and they've stayed in the market. And we've even seen a huge growth of kind of younger people coming into the market, like typically back in 20 kind of 18, 19, we were seeing it, our kind of, the age group is kind of between 40 and 60 up to 70. Now we're seeing a lot of 25-year-old lads and girls coming down. So it's definitely brought a lot of younger people.
I'm seeing quite a lot on social media where you've got kids from 7, 8, and then they're in competitions at 10 and 12, and they're like almost semi-professional at a very, very young age.
Yeah, I mean, look,
has that whole market increased?
Yeah, I mean, look, you have the kind of Rory effect, the Tiger effect. They all look at this thing, and there's so much money in golf now as well, particularly for the guys that are good. And of course, all the parents are dreaming, oh, my Johnny could be the next Rory McIlroy, and in they go and they take it up. But look, only a very, very small handful of people make a career, but it's just a brilliant game to play. It's very sociable. You meet amazing people along the way. It's a lovely it's a healthy lifestyle sport, and there's always a bit of fun afterwards.
And social. The groups I've seen over the years that are the groups. It is the Algarve.
That's probably later on. Yeah.
When you go to when these people are coming in, and you go to the golf club or the bar or whatever, and you've got the accountant is now with the salesperson, is with the so-and-so, and it's been a group from work that's come over, and they don't necessarily know each other. Yeah. But it's a whole bonding kind of team thing going on.
Definitely. It brings down so many barriers, and like you could be playing with the CEO of Morgan Stanley one day, and then you're playing with, some hacker from, and it's a great leveler. So you're out there for 4 or 5 hours with these people. You really do get to know a person when you're out on the golf course. And most of my friendships and friends in life have come from golf.
Well, I think also because you've said you've got your high-end clubs, and then you've got your pre-loved clubs. Presumably the pre-loved are for hire the same as the...
Yeah. Well, the pre-loved have done their time in the rentals, so
that would be reflected on the price for the hiring.
So they typically will be. We kind of take them out after 2 or 3 years, some 4 years, depending, and it all depends on condition how we price them up. But obviously, the better condition ones are slightly more expensive.
And I'm just thinking, your CEO is going to have more money in his back pocket to pay for that. Than the latest kid that's just joined the post room.
Absolutely, and that's why. And even on the rental side, like you can rent a set with us from €40 a week. So you get a very nice set for €40. So that's you're saving your. It's compared to putting it on the plane and all the hassle and grief. Like if you went to
a couple of nights out.
Yeah, exactly. It's a round of drinks. I mean, if you go to, say you come over to the Algarve and you don't have a set with you, you're going to pay €40 or €50 for one round. So the product we're offering gives them 7 days at that price.
Yeah, amazing. So, Tony, have a look at that camera for me.
Yeah.
What I would like you to do, please, is introduce your 2 companies again.
Sure.
With your contact details and website.
Okay, Kat, so clubstohire.com is the rental website. That's where you can book golf clubs all over the world, obviously the Algarve because we're here. So very simple, you go on there, put in whatever location you're going to, pick your set of golf clubs, you pay, you get a confirmation, and then you can pick them up at the airport or we'll deliver them to the location you're going to. And clubstosell.com is where you can buy the pre-loved golf clubs. And again, that's very simple. You go in and pick whatever set you want and you purchase them, and then we deliver them within 5 to 7 days. So very simple, both transactions, and you're always going to get high quality product. And
of course, you can take advantage right now with your Black Friday.
Yeah, with the Black Friday, obviously 15% off rentals, so you can buy the voucher on there. Or if you go to Clubs to Sell, you can see the sets are really genuinely discounted down. I mean, I think we're selling sets for like 200-300 euros cheaper than any other website. So if you fancy a nice pre-loved set, clubstosell.com.
Fantastic. Just to round this off, I said right at the beginning that you were also a winner in the finals of the Algarve Business Awards.
Yeah.
What was that for?
Oh, it was amazing. It was we won the Tourism and Industry Award, which was, I mean, I didn't realise it was as big as it was, so we entered, and then I found out on the night that there was over 1,300 companies had entered throughout the Algarve. So to be recognised by our peers here in the Algarve, because it's such a competitive market for tourism products, so to win that is great recognition, but not for me, but it's for the people that work in the business, the team at the airport, the people that deliver, the people in the background that look after all our clients. So it's a big thank you to them and great recognition for them. So great job for our team, because we work really hard and looking after clients coming over.
And thank you to you from us as well for coming and being here today.
Pleasure.
So golf is such a massive thing. As a therapist, I was all about trying to fix somebody after they didn't warm up, or maybe trying to encourage them to have a massage before they went out there. That's all I know. That's all I know. So I needed you today, Tony. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Kath. Pleasure.
And as things carry on, and as you sort of start expanding in the next couple of years, come on back and tell us what you're up to.
Love to.
When you've got another offer, when you've got another Black Friday.
Well, yeah, offers, the golfers love offers. So, Kath, I'll definitely come back.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Okay, see you soon.
Thank you.
So that's it from us today on our latest edition. Please get on the phone or get on the website. So you've got a couple of 48 hours or so for this?
48 hours for the rentals and up until Sunday for the second-hand clubs.
Okay, so don't miss it. Ideal Christmas presents, or early for Father's Day or Mother's Day or whatever it might be.
For next year even, yeah, if you're travelling.
Great, okay, and we'll be back again recording in the next few days. We've got lots of Christmas things to be telling you about over the next couple of weeks. Until then, take care of yourselves and have a lovely week. Thank you.
Clinica Pacifico, your perfect smile is here. Honest Dragon, boutique alcohol distributor, Portugal. Art Aesthetic, rejuvenation therapy. Currencies for you, global payment specialists. Energy Lounger, rejuvenate your body. Algarve Business Awards. Bamper Properties and Lifestyle.